Langer from Western Australia, and a century for him in Pakistan recently. Just a little short one to say good morning, Justin. Mark Taylor has strike. He's made 11. It went in the air, and that's pretty good bowling. Goff has played for that. Taylor is obliged, but has kept it away from the slips and the man at point.
It's Mark Taylor splitting the gap there. It was just wasn't too short outside of stuff, but Mark Taylor slashed at it and went in between third slip and gully. A little bit lucky.
And 8 off 2 balls, and both of them off a rather thickish outside edge. Neither went to hand, and it's 1 for 45.
Mark Taylor won the toss, batted. Australia 1 for 47 after 23, and we're going to see spin for the first time. Robert Croft in the members end right arm off spin. Taylor goes for it and finds the gap. Thorpe the fieldsman.
He's got this little slide down to a fine art, the England fieldsman.
It's going to be Angus Fraser, right arm medium pace. And bowling to 2 left-handers will suit Fraser. He'll seam the ball way towards the slip. Taylor goes for it. It's well played. It wasn't all that short. That's going to be 4. Taylor pulling out the pull shot. It's well played.
Yes, so that's one of his favourite shots. He loves that one, and when he's playing it well, then you know he's in good form. He didn't quite middle that one, but obviously Fraser's a short of the length bowler, and if he can get the pull shot away, then that could change things a little bit. Just a bit short. He was onto it quickly, didn't quite middle it, but he hit it well enough to hit it to the fence.
Darren Gough now back into the attack at the Stanley Street end. Might be just missing leg. No, umpire Francis says you're out, and Darren Gough, he missed the LBW decision earlier in the day. Now he's been rewarded.
Well, it's a lot fuller delivery. We've talked about all morning about England bowlers being a fraction short. He got that ball up there to swing, and it's definitely full. Just Langer plays back, and oh, KT Francis thought it was hitting the stumps. And, Darren Gough with a big shout. And he pitched that ball up. Could start with him just after lunch with his first ball. Australia lose their second wicket.
Mark Waugh closing in on 5,500 runs in his career. Plays his 82nd Test match. Elegant player, very fine player. That's well struck. It's gone in the air, but well over the top of point. And Mark Waugh off the mark with a boundary.
Yeah, Darren Gough just trying that extra effort ball there. Looks like he really wanted to let one go then. He just dragged it down a fraction, and Mark Waugh is onto anything that's loose and generally hits it for 4. That's what makes him such a great player to watch.
It's pretty well played. A little bit of bounce there outside off stump, and that was a good pair of hands shown there by Mark Waugh. He guided it to ground beautifully. That's nicely struck. I think after he edged that previous delivery, Mark Waugh practiced a drive shot, and I think what he was saying to himself was get a little further forward and play straight. And he certainly did on that occasion. That's nicely played and well timed. It's amazing how a stroke maker gets things going for the team. Mark Waugh's come in, he's hit 3 4s. It helps the bloke down the other end.
It looked like Darren Gough went for the off spinner there, the slower ball. Mark Taylor just getting on the back foot. He loves playing that shot.
It's well bowled, an inside edge. At least 1 for Mark Waugh. He's coming back for the second. That's good running, Maloney, the fieldsman. And a wild throw. Good judge of a run, Mark Waugh. Alex Stewart making a change. It's going to be Alan Mullally to take up the attack. Well bowled. It's a good delivery. That straightened as well. That nice ball. That held its line. Mark Waugh shuffling across. That was very close. Maybe just pitching outside leg. Taylor gets it away for 4. That's well played. Some width, fraction short.
Very good shot. He plays this shot as well as he plays any of his shots. Just watch him here. The balance is perfect. He lets it. He waits late. Just watch this one. Short outside off stump, and oh, well played. Right into the middle of the gap as well.
Dominic Cork, their right arm seamer, to come into the attack. Nice off drive and misfield. Brings up the 100. Mullally fielding poorly there at mid-off.
Yes, well, the cheers there for the 100. Australia 2 down now for 101.
Now Mullally is the bowler. Mark Waugh take a strike. And the reason Mullally's been switched to this Vulture Street end is probably that the breeze has strengthened a little. I was surprised when he bowled from the Stanley Street end this morning. Well, they're shouting. Now it's going to be a question of Darrell Hare asking KT Francis. Stewart is saying that he caught it, but I'm not too sure he should be in the umpire's ears at the moment. Could have been. It might be a Healy at the SCG. Well, that there's no doubt there that he's caught it cleanly. It's a question of whether or not Mark Waugh hit it. And goes clunk off the edge of the bat. Well, that's quite a clean catch. No problems there. That's 3 for.
Yes, there's no doubt that he certainly wasn't saying to the umpire, I'm not sure, because he's caught that well and truly.
So it'll be a question of Darrell Hare having said yes, there was an inside edge, and the third umpire having confirmed that the ball carried through to Alex Stewart, and Mullally has 2.
And it all ends as Mark Waugh being out, 3 for 106.
And that was the end of the over from Alan Mullally. Now got Dominic Cork bowling to the Australian skipper Mark Taylor. The new batsman is Steve Waugh. Another one down, and there's a bit of lift and extra bounce for Dominic Cork. The Australian captain goes, and suddenly Australia 4 down. Mullally and Cork have ripped into it after the drinks break. And Australia 4 for 106. Taylor gone.
I don't know what the Englishmen had in their drinks, but they better send it out every over, because it's done the trick here. And that ball really bouncing on Mark Taylor. Caught him by surprise, and then it looped to Nasser Hussain. Not the easiest catch, although it might have looked straightforward, it certainly wasn't. Taylor is gone. It's 4 for 106.
Testing time for Ricky Ponting here at the Gabba. Drama from these two teams. 2 wickets down in the space of just a few deliveries. And Alan Mullally has one, Dominic Cork the other. That's nicely placed. So the double-0 sequence is broken at the moment. Angus Fraser will field it, but not before they take 3. Shot. Well, that'll be a bit of relief for the Australian dressing room. They seem to be crowding in on them. And then that last ball has gone for 4. 4 for 114. Classic. We've had 2 very good off drives in the last 2 overs. 4 for 118.
Well, the bowler shouldn't be discouraged, really. That wasn't a half volley. It was just a very good shot. Hit on the rise.
4 for 118. Steve Waugh 7 and Ricky Ponting 4. The two men bowling at the moment, Dominic Cork, who's just finished an over, and Alan Mullally, the left-hander. Well, that's the one he does like. We know that he's a wonderful square of the wicket player on the offside. And that square cut and the forcing stroke in front of point. Two of the trademarks.
As he loves to force the ball off the back foot through the offside. Quite often it'll be the forcing drive. On that occasion it was more of a square cut.
In the air but safe, over the top, plenty of bat on that. Steve Waugh slashing outside off stump. It was a poor delivery and put it away.
A little more risk involved in this too. Steve Waugh, as much as he's got away with the boundary, wouldn't be happy with the way he played that shot.
It's a better shot. That's 4 more. Going down the hill. That's well played. Cork just giving him some width there. And he was over the top with soft hands, and the placement was superb.
First one being a little lucky. That one was just perfectly placed and played. Typical Steve Waugh shot. The balance spot on. He knew exactly what he wanted to do with that delivery.
Oh, misfield. Dominic Cork.
They're the little things that become annoying. Sides can often do this when they lack that bit of confidence.
As I say, it's going to be Goff. Figures of 1 for 31 off 11. Well, good shot into the gap. He looks a little free outside that off stump, but so often it goes off the middle of the bat, and that one's not quite off the middle of the bat, not quite 4 either. But more runs for Stephen Waugh.
A beautiful shot there. Ball just pitching up, looking for the edge. Didn't really swing away too much for Darren Goff. And Steve Waugh, his feet not really to the ball, but just swung through the line and found the middle of the bat.
And so it's going to be Fraser continuing.
Clive, slipped away. There's a man down there. It's safe. Falls in. Off the fieldsman, a deep square leg. Ponting coming back for the second. Steve Waugh slow away. The edge is a bit close. That's very close. They've called for the photo here. Yes, there's Darryl Hare. This could be a tragedy if he's run out. Waugh looks confident. A very good throw. He was laid away, Stephen Waugh. He's cool as a cucumber there now, but we'll wait for the replay. There's the throw from Stewart. Oh dear, has he knocked it away from the stumps there? We can't see there for the umpire.
Well, we don't know if the ball actually hit the stumps and rebounded away. You'll need a second shot there because the umpire is right in the road of the thing. This would give us a better idea. Looks like it's hit the off stump.
And I think that's out. The umpire is standing there. He would have seen whether the ball was deflected away by the fieldsman. I think you'll find that is a run out.
Where was his hand? That's it looks as though it hit the hand on that particular one.
It's good running, finding an early call. Brings up the 150, and gee whiz, fancy letting Steve Waugh off the hook in this situation. Fine shot, that's 4. You pay when you let off Stephen Waugh. Glorious cover drive. Goff always attacking, just some width there, and Stephen was straight through the line, just wide of cover. Steve Waugh fine, that's 4 more, the leg glance. It's a fine knock once again from the veteran Stephen Waugh. He's a tremendous player under pressure.
That was a good shot. Nicely timed. It was only just on his pads. He's got it away with that lovely turn of the wrist that he plays so well.
50 partnership between Ponting and Stephen Waugh.
So Goff 1 for 49 or 15. So they're certainly sharing the overs around. Cork's bowled 15. Mullally, who's been brought back into the attack now, starting a new spell. That's into the gap. Not off the middle of the bat, though, so they'll end up getting 2 or 3. Ponting's flying down the pitch. Back to the third. Right in the balance again, this match. It really is. It's been an interesting day. It's nicely played. He's got that one away nice and fine. The fieldsman square, and it's gone for 4.
Some bowling change now from Alex Stewart. Dominic Cork is the man replacing Alan Mullally. Already has the 1 wicket.
In the air and got him. He's got him. Well, he came a long way in, and that's a very big wicket for England, just short of a length. The ball going across Ponting. He went to drive it away on the offside, and Butcher was in there, took the catch, no trouble at all, pretty low. Interesting how quickly he came in. He was not far away when he took this catch.
Ricky Ponting really timed the ball, but he took the risk of hitting it in the air, and he paid the price. England have been in trouble 2 or 3 times today, but they've been able to get wickets at vital times. That was one of them. Ricky Ponting's gone. Picture the man taking the catch. Cork the bowler. Australia now 5 for 178.
Well, it's Ian Healy, and he's just received a huge cheer. Favourite son, or one of the favourite sons in these parts. 161. It was an innings played here. Oh, big appeal for LBW. That's pretty close. Not out, says umpire Hare. So I don't think he's all that interested unless it does swing back down the line.
There may have been a bit of wood in this as well. That far forward, but a big inside edge from Ian Healy.
So 5 for 181. Stephen Waugh on 49. Oh, and that's his 50. He's played it away nicely on the onside. It'll be picked up on the boundary. So just a single. Stephen Waugh just acknowledging the applause. He's come in, and once again, he's looked pretty good. So Stephen Waugh 50 in the commentary box now. Ian Chappell and Ian Botham.
That's well hit. Loves them on the pads, and he knows how to deal with them.
The danger. Should stray onto that leg stump.
Steve Waugh on 50, Ian Healy 8. Very good Ashes battle. The first day of this series being played at the Gabba, mostly in sunshine, although we did lose a bit of time because of bad light. 35 minutes, in fact. Healy hasn't quite got it off the middle, but it'll get him 4. Over the top, 4 more. This is why Healy is so dangerous as a lower order batsman.
This is an area that he is very strong in. Anything short and wide of the off stump, he'll throw the kitchen sink at it.
And it's going to be the off spinner, Robert Croft, now from the Stanley Street end. May have popped off the glove, or perhaps the bat.
Well, Steve Waugh's made it happen there. He's whipped that on it way. That nicely. Croft throwing it up. Steve Waugh going over mid-wicket. It's gone again. Catch it was a cry, but he's got it away. 8 runs off the over. 5 for 213. Well, it continues now to Ian Healy. And there's another boundary. That's a beautiful shot. Morley short around the wicket. Healy cracks it away.
Yes, you cannot bowl short to him outside off stump. He's bowled 1 or 2 good deliveries quite close to him.
Alex Stewart has taken the second new ball. It's going to be Dominic Cork from the members' end. Well, there's glorious off drive, but at least it was up. Cork trying to get it to swing away, and that was superbly played.
Yes, well, there's the danger. He's such an aggressive driver. anything up he'll go for, and this was a lovely straight drive. Mid-off's quite wide.
Over the top. That brings up the 50-run partnership, and a good one for Australia. 8 off the over, 5 for 230. It's 4. The off drive and a new ball coming onto the bat. Steve Waugh and Healy batting superbly. 5 for 235. Darren Gough steams in from the Glenn Jones stand end here at the Gabba. Up in the air. Third man is Angus Fraser. Oh, he's dropped it. Oh dear, oh dear. England needed that wicket. Angus Fraser come in. Gough can't believe it. He should have caught that.
Yeah, I can't believe that. That was in the air for so long. Angus Fraser got himself in a tangle down there. The sun wasn't in his eyes, that's for sure. But he never looked confident at any stage. It went almost straight up. Way over the top of third slip. Fraser came in. This is where he got into a tangle. And, oh, that is it.
Down, did it carry?
I've no doubt it carried. Catches win matches, contribute to winning series. England keep this up, they got no hope. That's the second one in the space of half an hour. Beautiful delivery from Darren Gough. Got Steve Waugh going back when he should have been coming forward. Beat him all ends up and he got no support.
And Fraser, the other bowlers. We go and join it now with one run added. Dominic Cork is the bowler. He's bowling to Steve Waugh. Your commentators, Tony Greig and Ian Chappell.
Steve Waugh starting as he started his innings yesterday. He looked in terrific touch. And it's going to be England's unlucky bowler from last night, Darren Gough. Both those chances, both the catches going down off the bowling of Darren Gough.
74, 10 fours.
No third slip. If you're not going to attack first thing in the morning, when are you going to attack?
Dead right. 3 men on the offside, saving 1. And priority has got to be to get a wicket. Nick, that would have gone to third slip's right hand.
Well, Healy loves it in that area, and that's a terrific way to bring up your 50.
Superb innings, and a shake of the hand there from Steve Waugh. What a partnership this has turned out to be. And oh, he's playing so well in front of his home crowd here. He got a big cheer when he went out to the middle, and well, he's got another one now, 50, and he's not finished yet.
Probably wouldn't have quite carried the third slip. The stupid part about all this is they've got a third man there and he hasn't stopped either of the edges, and yet third slip might have had a chance of taking 2 catches. And it's gone. I think it might have even just touched the stumps. Darren Gough will be wondering where Dame Fortune is at the moment.
Yes, he certainly will. Healy was about to go for that one, and he may have got into trouble had he done. I think it just rolled very gently up against the stump. See if we can pick it up here. It went behind him. He reacted quite quickly, saw it going, and at this point, oh, he's got it. Bang.
Oh, that's a good shot again from Ian Healy. There was another century partnership for this pairing. They're 6th. As England haven't helped themselves, they say you make your own luck, and England really haven't helped Darren Gough at all this morning with the field placings.
And there is going to be a change. It's going to be Angus Fraser. That's probably a good move by Alex Stewart. It's got away over square leg, just at the boundary to Ian Healy. He's 10th.
A dangerous player. I think we'll see on the replay that that wasn't all that bad a ball.
In the air, there's 2 men out. He splits them perfectly. There's 1 forward to square leg. There's 1 back of the square leg. Healy timing that to perfection. As the off spinner comes into the attack from the members' end. What a beautiful shot. Doesn't beat him. That man we're talking about. He's up to 305. A wonderful recovery by the Australians.
Oh, he's gone for that one. It's going down towards square leg. Will beat the fieldsman down there. That's gone for 4. Well, they've been waiting for it, and Ian Botham picked it.
It's only a matter of time. I think if you put it in the air, Steve Waugh and Healy both look for this almost heave sweep.
That's in the air, but it's played away in front of square, running down towards the boundary. He loves getting it away in that area. Whenever it's short, he goes for it. Back for the third. And so,
Well, Steve Waugh and Ian Healy have really got Australia right back into this game. Darren Gough now. And it's just gone wide of third slip. He has had absolutely no luck at all, and he can still smile.
He's a good bowler, good cricketer.
Ian Healy, he's a very confident player. A very good one.
Might have his eyes on the scoreboard and beating Steve Waugh to the 100. It's gone up to 92 now against Steve Waugh's 99.
Oh, and that's cracked as well. Pretty good shot, because that was a laid out swinger. A good delivery.
There shouldn't be any short runs. There shouldn't have been any, and it's a brilliant performance from Steve Waugh. Seen him play some very good innings recently. That is one of the best.
Steve Waugh with his 16th Test 100. Ian Healy just 5 runs short of his 4th. Healy just passing the record of Rodney Marsh. Oh, that's beautifully hit. Now he only needs 1 run to get to the 100. Ian Healy just recently passed the wicket-keeping record, the world record of Rodney Marsh's. He's now 1 run away from passing another record of Rodney Marsh's, most hundreds by an Australian keeper.
Yep.
That's well played. 100 for Ian Healy, his 4th in Test cricket.
Splendid performance.
The only bowler who's created any chances has been Darren Gough, and he's had no luck at all.
Not one Skerrick. New bowler is Mark Ramprakash. Bowls off spin. There's the single there. Go on to the total. Oh, can't get to the Stewart will be livid at that. Absolutely livid. Well, Healy knew straight away there's a chance. Yeah.
Cork. Oh, that's a good bounce. That is very well bowled. Steve Waugh did well to put that to ground there. He got his hand off the bat and went straight to ground. But that was a very good line and very good pace.
this is Mullally continuing.
Got him. Got the edge. Well bowled by Al Mullally. It's been a good spell since the luncheon break. Stephen Waugh falls for magnificent 112. But full credit to Alan Mullally. Good line, movement off the seam, a genuine nick, and Stewart did the rest.
Yes, he had to catch it himself, didn't he? At last, they've got one there. They've bowled really well. A good line, that, just outside the off stump. And what a good innings it's been to. Stephen Waugh will get a standing ovation here. He came in when Australia had their backs to the wall, and he's made a superb 100. 112, and he was out there for 329 minutes, and they're on their feet. What a good player.
Quality innings, the time when it was needed. Wore out for 112 at 6 for 365.
Well, that broke the 6-wicket partnership of 187.
Michael Kaspervitz, the new batsman, replacing Stephen Waugh. Very good bit of bowling by Alan Mullally. Got him! Well bowled, Alan Mullally. He's got 4. This young man has done a great job for England.
Yes, he certainly has. That's the time to get him when they first come to the crease. So Michael Kaspervitz, spare a thought for him. He's been sitting out there for 300 and odd minutes waiting for this, and it's a faint little nick through to the keeper. And so once again, it's the Stewart Mullally combination. That's well bowled and unfortunate for Michael Kaspervitz. So 7 down for 365.
Damien Fleming taking guard by Darryl Hare. Former teammates Al Mullally and Damien Fleming for Victoria. Fleming gets it away. Attempted pull shot. Sounded like a helmet. See what the call is. Leg by. So I think that was the helmet. Cork dropping it in short once again. He'll probably pitch up now around about off stump. Try and entice him to drive with 3 slips and a gully in. That's the normal tactic for fast bowler. There it goes, and it's wide. There they go again. There's a big gap between second and third slip, and 4 more. And Tony Greig is bleeding.
Yeah, this is not good. This is going to be a painful business. They really have got to catch him. That was a pretty difficult one. It went to his right, but really, as it went in the air, one didn't really have all the confidence in the world. Just let's have another look at it. It's a good delivery. He just spars it a little bit. And it would have been a very good catch, mind you.
That's one stroke. 10 from that over, 7 for 388. Safe, Ben 4.
It's not what he intended.
Bowling figures for England. Best there, Mullally, 33 overs, 8 maidens, 4 for 84. And Ian Botham has his wish. Darren Goff is in the attack. A good stroke. The guy coming in. Well, we'll need the third umpire there. It's a valiant effort to try to drag it back. But all we know is that the fieldsman himself has absolutely no idea. While they have a look at this, the hand is just going to get the hello. And there's the horizontal arm just to alert the scorers. Holding a good shot. He's just managed to dig out that fierce Yorker. And he's got 3 runs for it. Seven for 401, and there are lots of fans here from England cheering their side on. Yesterday they were cheering very loudly. It's not quite as good today. Darren Goff. That's a good stroke. Mid-on is very wide, allowing space for the on-drive. It was beautifully executed.
Fleming is playing some very extravagant shots. That brings him his highest test score. And that one was right off the middle.
And he enjoyed it. Look at the smile on the face. He's probably been wanting to do that for a long time. 7 for 409.
Both Ian Healy and Damien Fleming producing their highest score against England today. It's going to be Angus Fraser from the Vulture Street end. That's the 50 partnership. So I'm sure that Damien Fleming, when he gets back in the pavilion, will be very quick to point out to Ian Healy that he scored 28 of the 50. Oh, he's taking on the spinners as well as the quickies. That's very well hit. 7 for 420. Chance at mid-on, Mullally, and he's got it. So now Ian Healy has been dismissed after passing 100.
Well, it was Angus Fraser that dropped Ian Healy last night. Great innings from Ian Healy. 134, 8 for 420.
Stuart MacGill, the leg spinner, who's made some quite valuable contributions in his short test career with the bat.
It's gone for it. He's put it away. That's a good shot. One bounce over the rope. And making Angus Fraser look a bit ordinary when he dropped short on this pitch.
Well, that's the first aggressive shot he's played, and he's played it beautifully.
It's beautifully driven straight through the line. Croft the chaser. The 3 to MacGill. 8 runs off the over. A good one for Australia in the lower order. 8 for 430. It's gone. Well, he didn't pick it up. Maybe half a chance there. He put his arms out looking for it. Sweep shot. It was well struck by MacGill. And you're right, Tony. I think maybe Mullally and Cork. I think Mullally would be keen to get 5. Cork's bowled well. This is a pretty good shot. Put well down. Short leg goes for cover. And again, Mullally's out there. He won't get it. It's a long, long hit. I think it's over the rope, is it? No, it's 4. Good hit. 8 for 438. And Scott comes back into the attack. Past third slip. Well, you've got a number 10 in. He's got the 2 slips in and a very wide gully, and that's been the story of this test match so far for Darren Gough. Flying past third or fourth slip in the air, racing away for 4, third man, not cutting it off.
Mullally is going to be bowling to Stuart MacGill. And Mullally has done it. What a start to the little session, and it's going to be a little session because Glenn McGrath is the next man in. It's 9 for 445 now, and Mullally has 5, and he deserves it. He's bowled pretty well. It's the one that goes away from the right-hander. It's found the outside edge, and a comfortable catch for Alex Stewart. 5 wickets for Alan Mullally, and we were talking before the start of this game along the lines that he was the key man. The change in the style of attack, left arm over the wicket, would be very beneficial to England, and to a certain extent it's proved to be so. 9 for 445. Damien Fleming is 37 here at the Gabba. Stuart MacGill out first ball after tea, caught at the wicket by Stewart off Alan Mullally. Mullally now has 5 for 90 in his 37th over, and Glenn McGrath is the new batsman.
Oh, Damien Fleming, he is on fire. That is a magnificent shot.
Those are 2.
That really is rubbing in. Darren Gough has bowled, he's probably been the best of the England bowlers, and he hasn't had any luck at all. Now he's got a tail ender or lower order batsman smashing him all over the park. There is no justice. And there's 50 for Damien Fleming. Well done. His first one in Test cricket. nicely guided. Played very sensibly, Damien Fleming. And that's his 8th boundary. And 4 more. That's a good shot. He loves to play the pull and the hook, and he plays them pretty well for the tail ender. That's a good shot. And McGrath making full use of his height there and coming forward. He's hit that well. Another boundary. Highest score in first-class cricket for Damien Fleming. Australia 9 for 480.
Very good performance by Damien Fleming. Now it's the off-spinner Robert Croft coming into the attack. Field well spread. Cut! He's gone for it. He finds the gap again.
The runs just keep coming. Doesn't matter who's bowling.
McGrath goes. It's in the air. This will be out. Atherton's under this. This will be the end. Yes, he catches it. A wicket for Croft. All out for 485. Australia, wonderful effort. They were 4 for 106. Good team performance. Atherton running off the opener. Keen to get the pads on. Good batting pitch though, Ian.
Yeah, and I think it's very important now that England come out with the right attitude. Glenn McGrath going for the big hit. Toe ending it. Mike Atherton is on it. Stumbles a little bit, but hung on to it. And Robert Croft will be a very happy man. He's had a long time to wait for a wicket in international cricket. Mike Atherton takes the catch and gets off the field as quick as he can.
For none. McGrath is bowling to Mark Butcher, the left-hander. Bill Laurie is in the commentary box, and with him is Ian Botham.
Bit of pad or bat, and it races away, and that could be 4. Wait for the call from umpire Hare. I think it was a leg by. It's runs on the board for England.
Well, that won't do the dressing room any harm.
It's a good start. Smashed it away for 4, and that's the advantage you have when the umbrella field is placed. If you're prepared to play your shots, it might be in the air, it doesn't really matter. But you've got to go for it hard, and Butcher did that.
Yeah, and that'll do him a lot of good. He's only had 9 runs under his belt.
McGrath fingers down the seam. Atherton, sun beaming here at the Gabba. Gets an egg. He's gone straight down to the throat of Mark Waugh. Beautiful bowling. Atherton was squared up. That's 1 for 11. A great start for Australia.
We were talking about it. He carried comfortably, carried about knee-high, and Glenn McGrath has done it again. He really does seem to have something over Mike Atherton. It's a fine piece of bowling. Drew him into the shot. Perfect line round off stump. And that goes straight to Mark Waugh, and he doesn't drop them. Mark Atherton goes. Without troubling scorers, England not the start they wanted. 1 for 11.
Nasser Hussain batting at number 3. Comes in at 1 for 11 as Simon O'Donnell and Tony Greig take up the commentary.
So Butcher on 7 is on strike, and it's going to be Fleming again. That's runs, it's through the gap, it'll go down to the boundary. Stephen Waugh is chasing it, but it'll get there. Oh, good shot again. That's very well played. That was pitched up, swinging into him. He's closed the face on that one and caressed it through the onside. Just managed to get to the boundary. So 1 for 19 now. Nasser Hussain on strike. He's not off the mark yet. Always hit that one away. Good shot, Nasser Hussain. Right off the middle of the bat and into the fence for 4. That's a lovely hook shot. 1 for 25, Butcher on 15, and we're going to see a change. Oh, good shot again. I don't think it was quite off the middle of the bat, but well enough. That was short, and he's got that one away very well. In fact, it's headed off in the direction of mid-wicket. And that one didn't quite carry. Off the edge and down. It doesn't look as if it didn't quite carry. It's bounced up and hit him on the thumb. And you'll find they'll move up a little more now.
Neatly turned. No outswing there, it just angled straight towards the pads.
Nasser Hussain, who's had a bit of form on this tour, looks to be in very good touch.
And change in bowling. Damien Fleming started at the Stanley Street end. He's now been brought on to take over from Glenn McGrath. McGrath's bowled 7 overs, 1 for 13. McGrath need to move pretty quickly down there and manages to do so. Big buys. That's a good shot. Picked the length very quickly. One of the things about Butcher's batting is that he's very watchful in defence. We've seen him a couple of times pull the bat away at the last fraction of a second. Hussain is looking in good touch. This will be heartening for England if they can get away without losing another wicket and have at least a half century on the board.
Ian Chappell in the commentary box.
This time he doesn't miss it. He gets a full toss and he punches it through the gap. Hussain's looked very positive on the onside so far in this innings. One magnificent pull shot off McGrath, and that was a gift really early on. Just drifting onto leg stump and very full. It'll be Glenn McGrath to come around the wicket to Mark Butcher. It's well struck, and that'll be 4. That's the danger when you go around the wicket to a left-hand. If you bowl full, you can hit straight through the line, much the same as a right-arm bowler to a right-handed batsman. There's no angle there at all towards the slip, and that was beautifully played. Man out Atherton for a duck. McGill full again. He finds the gap. That's good use of the feet. He gave himself some room, opened himself up and placed it superbly. Beautiful shot. Fraction short. He was back quickly. Beautiful use of the feet.
This is the sort of form that he showed at Edgbaston.
Sweeps, gets it away. Runs coming quickly here at the Gabba on the 3rd morning. Very positive start by England.
Mark Butcher had a very good tour of Australia when he played with England A. That was in 96-97.
Full toss, he doesn't get it properly, but he gets 4 runs. He hit that through cover. Got an edge, but it races away.
So far in his overs this morning, McGill has overpitched rather than underpitched, which is not a bad thing.
This time he goes to the full face of the bat again. Glad the fieldsman. Because of the lack of power, he gets 3 instead of 4. But McGill full and Hussain taking full toll here, batting superbly. Not ideal conditions really for Fleming. It's a little bit slower now. A fine shot, beautiful shot. One for 85. Butcher now on strike to McGrath, and this time he's staying over the wicket to the left-hander. It's well bowled, but it's runs. Played back and he should have played forward, Butcher, but he gets a good result.
That's wide of the fieldsman. Nicely played too. And good timing. Lovely outfielders. And they settle for 2. Then Rich.
Hey, Tony. Interesting morning so far. Only 32 minutes into it. But the general theme of the England side has been to attack. good strokes, and generally the placement has been good. That was just wide of McGill out at mid-on.
And Nasser Hussain now just 4 short of a half century. He's on strike. Oh, good shot through the covers. And what a good way to bring up a half century. That's a lovely cover drive. Into the fence it goes. And that'll be a confidence booster. That's well played. And I think that's being endorsed by 1 or 2 of the English folk in the crowd. Ball in the air and into the gap between third slip and gully, who's quite deep and square. That's the second one that's flown in the air down into that area, probably around about the 5th slip area. And that 4 brings up 100 as well.
For Mark Butcher.
Yes, he's got a few through that area, and that one was all the way along the ground. And this has been a pretty good performance as well. Butcher's played very well. He's been very positive. And he too now has reached 50. Oh, he's hit that one through the offside, and that was the ball that was swinging away from him as well. He's gone after it, and it's reached the fence as well. So this is good positive cricket by England. And what's more, that boundary has also brought up the 100 partnership. It's 1 for 112. Yesterday there was plenty of debate about the slips cordon and how deep they should be. This is the England slip cordon. Notice there was the big gap that they kept leaving in that area around about there. That is the 3rd slip area. That's how deep they are. And of course the Australians right there, just slightly different formation. They've got that area plugged. That's the area there, that fieldsman in position. That's the England one used most of the time. Not off the middle of the bat, but comfortably played into the gap.
That's one of the strokes Nasser Hussain plays very well. He's a good square of the wicket player, but also a good driver. I think of as an all-round batsman, but he does play the pull and hook shot very well. Just didn't quite get onto that one, but he's gone on to 53, Butcher 54. Or might just have got onto him a little quicker than he thought there. Didn't quite have time to roll his wrists on. We're 53 minutes into this session.
Well played. Another good shot. They really are being very aggressive in their attitude towards the bowlers here. And McGrath is getting a little frustrated with this. He's still standing in the middle of the pitch out there. Oh, and that's close. That's close. He had a play at that one. That was very nearly caught by Ponting. I think it was Ponting who changed his bat and then immediately got out in the Australian innings. That was close to him.
Stephen Moore coming to the attack. Cracking shot, beautiful shot. Oh, superb. As Kapsowitz warms up here to bowl his first over. Oh, superb, beautiful. It's 1 for 138. That's 4 more. It's all happening for England at the Gabba. And good luck to them because they've been very positive.
So it'll be an interesting thing to look at, Phil. Just how many runs have come in this match for both sides in that 3rd man area?
Well, there it goes again. That's the place to score runs here at the Gabba in this test match. Slowing down, may not go for 4. They should almost run 4. They're happy with 3 runs. 1 for 145, and it's a bit happening. Oh, comes back. Maybe the inside edge was there. Well bowled.
It's a good piece of bowling. It's the first one I've seen him angle in.
Got him! Got the breakthrough, the local. The front 145. A very good delivery, good genuine nick. The end of the fine partnership.
That's terrific bowling, isn't it? You've got to give credit there. And it's due. Michael Pestovich winning away swingers. Then angle one in the ball before, caused him problems. And he keeps this one up, just going away. Genuine edge, and Ian Healy doesn't drop those. It's the breakthrough Australia wanted. As for Sains, innings comes to an end. 59. It was a good 59. England now 2 for 145.
Good average there for Alex Stewart, the England skipper. Wonderful ovation for Nasser Hussain as he left the ground. The crowd appreciated that short innings of 59. 10 boundaries at just 99 balls faced.
You know, I think it's well worth having a look at the two deliveries. This is the ball before he's out. Kassim angles this in and causes Nasser Hussain problems. Inside edge and maybe too high. Then he follows it up with the perfect delivery. Full. There we go. Surprise, surprise. Third man again. This one, I think, just at making it. A teaser.
And Stuart MacGill coming in. He's going to be coming in from the Stanley Street end and still without a man at deep mid-wicket. It's eventful so far. Langer thought it was a catch. The only question would be, was it played into the ground, because it looked as though it went to hand. Chance. And almost got it at the second go.
That would have been a great catch. It really would have been.
There's no shortage of excitement. You've got first ball a big LBW appeal, the second a drop chance, the third a boundary. What a lovely square cut from Alex Stewart. For all the world, you'd have reckoned he had to get a touch to that for it to get out past Taylor and in between first and second slip. What a useful take. There's the answer from Mark Butcher. Nice leg glance. Quite authentic. High score against Australia in Test cricket now. 92 for Mark Butcher, 8 for Alex Stewart. He's facing MacGill now. Would you believe it? Alex Stewart hardly can. Possibly Stuart MacGill may have difficulty believing it. It's his first Test wicket against England. It is a rank full toss just outside leg stump and hit straight down the throat of deep square leg.
And you did right about straight down the throat. You could not have hit it any more accurately to the fieldsman, so he'll be feeling as sick as a dog. However, these things do happen. Kaspervitz down there made the catch and MacGill is off the mark. So the England captain is out, 3 for 168.
New batsman, left-hander Graham Thorpe. So the leg spinner has to bowl to two left-handers now, which are the non-striker and Graham Thorpe. Well, there's a touch of confidence for you. Got him. No ball. What desperation that brings. Got through him. Inside edge, possibly onto pad, then onto the stumps and clunk. Clunk came around about the same time as umpire Hare was shouting no ball, which it was.
That is so frustrating.
This time Thorpe finds the gap and the rope.
Yes, that's a much better shot. He's been premeditating sweep shots from time to time.
That's an excellent shot. Better timing on this occasion from Graham Thorpe.
Yes, he's beginning to time it much better now. It's starting to happen slowly but surely.
Well, that's a good shot. He likes to play. Oh, that's a very good shot. Wasn't far to go for fine leg, but he couldn't get there. 3 for 199. Oh, beautifully struck. And there's a test ton, the first one against Australia for Mark Butcher.
Yeah, that's absolutely superbly played, and I think he's enjoying every second of this. He's had a tough start to this series. He's second Test 100, second in 1998, and he's first against Australia. And the fact that it's his first against Australia will mean a lot to him, especially in these circumstances.
Kasprowicz.
Not much you can do about lovely shots like that. Mildly wide. He's prepared to with the full face of the bat. All relied on timing. It brought up the 50 partnership for these two.
Nice good running, nice stroke too. 32 for Graham Thorpe now. Mike Butcher has gone on to 108. Change in the bowling. Mark Taylor is bringing on Ricky Ponting to bowl medium pace. Lovely stroke off the back foot. Not easy to play, but he timed that perfectly with no great amount of backswing. Three for 231.
Ponting quite accurate for a part-time bowler. That's nicely played. He waited for it open to face.
That's quite deliberate. Very big hole there in the third man area. That's the advantage. If you know where the field is, and Graham Thorpe, batsman of his quality, will. This is quite deliberate. Angled the bat, used the pace on the ball. Well executed.
It's going to be Mark Waugh now to bowl off spin. Oh, it's got him! What a catch! They went into their shell, they paid the penalty, and that's a gem, that's a classic. Mark Waugh takes the catch. Butcher's gone. Caught and bowled Mark Waugh for 116.
He really is a magnificent catcher. Whether it's in the slips and here off his own bowling. Frustration, mistimed, but you've got to get over there and take it, and that really is quality catch. And doesn't he love it? And doesn't his teammates love it? Mark Butcher's long innings comes to an end. He's played very, very well. 116 runs. And the teammates applauding him off. Mark Butcher, caught and bowled Mark Waugh, 4 for 240.
Graham Prakash with an average of 24.8. He's played 30 test matches. He's been around a while. Full toss. He's off the mark.
Steve Waugh, that silly point position for the new batsman.
Good shot. New batsman to the crease. It was too short. Didn't quite time it. And make the rope. And England needed that.
Yes, that was very short delivery, and back for the second. It's brought up the 250. And it's the end of the over. 4 for 251. Oh, that is very close. Hit the inside edge and deflected down past the leg stump. Yes, there's no doubt the ball before that last one hit the edge, and there was a little puff of dust. See where this one goes. A little bit shorter. Not a very good shot, that. So it looks as if Stuart MacGill now is going to get another bowl, this time from the Vulture Street end. In the air, but that's his single. So before the tea break. And Thorpe has managed to get one away, and he's got 50.
He's a pretty resilient customer, Graham Thorpe. He's had back surgery, and in that double century he scored in Adelaide against South Australia, he was ill in the morning, and there was some doubt about him even batting. But he went on to make 200.
Coming into the final session now on day 3 of this opening test match. Plenty of sunshine out there at the moment. The new ball about to be taken, the second new ball, but a bit of cloud in the background. That's the bad news, that it is very, very dark over, they say, the locals tell me, towards the Ipswich area from where storms come. But the good news is that the forecasters say it's going to miss us.
Nicely timed. The new ball coming onto the bat, but just a single. It's going to be Michael Kastovitz to take the new ball instead of Damien Fleming from the Stanley Street end. Bowled very well, Kastovitz. He picked up the dangerous Hussain with a beauty. He bowled the off-cutter and got one to hold its line, got an edge to Healy. Prakash gets it past Gully. He's been quite watchful, hasn't got a lot of shots, missed times 1 or 2 shots off the back foot against the spinners. Gone for a cracking shot, beautiful, the bouncer, the hook shot, 4 runs.
We've just been talking about Graham Thorpe and his ability to play off the back foot. We've enjoyed here in Australia, particularly deliveries like this. And stay in this sort of form. That is a cracking hook shot. It was above his head. He still was able to get over the ball and get it down. Safe as a church. One of his favourites.
Oh, good shot. That's better. That's forward. That's a great pull shot onto the back foot, around the wicket, the angle coming into the body. Cracking shot.
Graham Thorpe rushed off the ground at the tea break well before the players and his partner out there, Mark Ramprakash, I think, to loosen up his back, because he's moving a lot better since tea. He's showing aggression and he just seems looser and definitely more prepared to play some aggressive strokes against this new ball.
Just 2 overs for Glenn McGrath with the second new ball. It's going to be Damien Fleming from the members' end. He swung the ball nicely earlier today, particularly just after the luncheon break. It doesn't seem that long ago that Dean Jones ran out with helmets for the groundsmen here on this ground. We had a hailstorm. It's a good shot with the swing through mid-wicket. Well bowled, sharp, a jag back. Maybe an inside edge. Stirred him up a bit.
It's interesting to have a look just where this delivery has hit Mark Ramprakash. I think that gives you a fair indication where it hit him, and that's painful.
Knocked the arm guard off. So here's a test for Mark Ramprakash. Good response. 4 off the over. 4 for 282. Nicely placed. Round of applause for the England batting lineup. They've avoided the 4-1. That's their first assignment.
Yes, nice attitude in doing so as well.
Happy crowd. Getting great value for money here at the Gabba, as McGrath is going to bowl from the Stanley Street end as Rich Benaud and Tony Greig take up the commentary.
Oh, that's well bowled. That's a better bouncer. Good shot through the covers. On the up, in fact. It probably won't quite make the boundary. But it certainly was nicely placed.
There's a 50 partnership up between Thorpe and Ramprakash.
Yes, I think the ground staff are getting restless. That tractor has been brought up to the line, and umpire Hare, he probably was watching when the ground staff took over when charging out into the centre. Again, another good run.
That was beautifully judged fielding. He skirted around there and judged the bounce of the ball perfectly. He could have hurried and just sort of overrun it. While that fielding is going on, umpire Hare has caught the attention of KT Francis, the other umpire. The clouds are moving pretty quickly now towards the ground.
Yes, I think the time has come now for them to get off the ground. They've decided that it's a little bit too dark, and there's probably a spot or two of rain out there too. So the covers are on their way. And the batsman, I think, quite happy. Thorpe again making his way ahead of everyone back towards the dressing room. This rather confirms that he's having treatment every time he goes off the ground. He's been struggling a little bit with his movement, and that's the cloud. Looking very threatening.
And that, unfortunately, is where it finished. 4 for 299. Full marks to Kevin Mitchell Jr., the groundsman here at the Gabba. He knew precisely what was going to happen. 94.2 overs gone. Conditions for the day promise to be pretty good, and they say no storms later on. We're going to join it now in the first over. No runs on the board. Michael Kasprowicz is the bowler. Mike Ramprakash taking strike, and Bill Lawry and Tony Greig are your commentators.
Positive stroke. It's 4. Good way to start. Short delivery, good pull shot.
Yeah, that's a fantastic start. Real confidence booster for Ramprakash. I've heard a lot about his ability to play shots.
Going to be McGrath in the Stanley Street end. Thorpe's on 70. Big shout. That may be an inside edge there. Would have been very close otherwise.
Yes, I think there was an edge in that one. Certainly 2 noises. It'll be pretty interesting to see exactly what the line was. It was I thought, very straight. Let's see. Pitches on middle, nips back a little bit. Double noise there.
Runs. Good solid nudge there through the slip cordon. A boundary for Thorpe. 4 for 309. Ramprakash faces Kasprowicz, is charging from the members' end. Doesn't beat square leg. Overthrows almost. Oh, run out here, surely. No, dear, misfield. Well, it was all happening there.
Yes, that's all you need. A mess up in the field by Australia, potential overthrows, and then England, an Englishman gets run out. There goes the overthrows, trying to catch the batsman by surprise. Then all of a sudden a mix-up, and in comes the throw.
He gets one through the covers. That's a confidence builder for Thorpe. He hasn't timed many drives. He's gone for it. Well, that's a better bounce, but he went for it. I'm very impressed with Thorpe. He's prepared to have a go at the short pitch delivery. Hussain pulled and hooked well.
Well, it's taken a long time. McGrath has finally got him on the bouncer, and it was perfectly pitched He's been bowling his bouncer very short and it's been flying. Now he has Thorpe caught at square leg, and the 5th wicket goes down at 3-1-5.
Yeah, well, Glenn McGrath's bounce is right on line. They just cramped him for room. Graham Thorpe loves the short stuff, likes to play the pull and hook. And Glenn McGrath really wanted that one. He was focused this morning. He wanted that wicket. And he gains a 5th wicket for Australia. And 5 for 315.
New batsman for England is Dominic Cork. Comes in now to replace Graham Thorpe. One-way smiling at the moment. Graham Prakash is ready now, and there's a bowling change. Damien Fleming comes on for Michael Kaspervitz. Nice stroke. Upfield is still relatively fast, even though it was saturated, water lying all over the ground yesterday evening. And that's a good test to see what pace there is as the ball goes over the grass. That was very, very quick. Nice shot. Dominic Cork still on 0. Ramprakash 45 for 319. Thorpe the last man out. Caught by Langer at square leg off a bouncer from McGrath, who in a sense outthought him. And that is another bit of good thinking from Glenn McGrath. And he has shown some very good attributes this morning. And Dominic Cork is the victim. That's well bowled.
Yes, beautiful bowling from Dominic Cork. From Glenn McGrath to get rid of Dominic Cork. He's very happy with that one. Glenn McGrath peppered him with some short stuff. Dominic Cork was trying to get off strike and couldn't get off strike with a single. Hit the splice, the bat went for the hook, and Glenn McGrath gets Australia's 6th wicket. England are 319.
Robert Croft, the new batsman. Now he's facing McGrath's his first ball. Good try. Good try for a man who's bowled for an hour this morning.
The score moves from 334, which is a pretty pertinent number, to 330. Oh, it's gone for 4, so that's a good shot. That's well played. He's cut that one away down to the boundary, and that's his half century. Well, that's very well played. It's been a pretty tough road, this one, for him. He struggled early on, but he's got there, and that's well played.
Nice way to bring it up as well. Loose delivery outside the stump. That's dispatched.
That's the bits from the members' end. As an example, he gets 4 more. That's a good shot. And good morning, Ian Chappell.
Morning, William, and hello to all of our viewers. Yes, Robert Croft has done a lot of work on his batting after being terrorised by Glenn McGrath in the last Ashes series in England.
Ramprakash on 53. McGill continues. Full pitch, and he finds a gap. Not quite off the meat of the bat. Should pick up at least 3. Yep. It's got him, got through him. Good change. Nice length. Maybe an inside edge. It's 7 for 360.
Well, with Croft now making that big move back, that's the perfect length for him. Michael Kaspervitz may have produced the off-cutter as well to find the gap. But, Croft was handling the short pitch stuff from Kaspervitz pretty well, but the fuller length brought him undone. Excellent bowling. And Croft, after a good innings, is gone, and England are now 7 for 360.
Darren Goff, the new batsman. Australia have taken 3 for 61 this morning, just when they needed wickets. Big shout, that's close. No, going down leg sides up by Darrell Hare. He was shuffling across. It was good, full pitch once again. It's a better effort. Got that away fine. Gone a long way. It's 4.
I think for a moment, Michael Kastrovic thought that he had a chance of getting a catch at fine leg there.
Oh, that is a good shot. Positive pull shot, 8 off the over. That's a good one for England. 7 for 369.
Goff facing, and not yet off the mark. McGrath coming back on. LBW. Oh. Goff looked as though he'd taken a bit of a stride forward. There's no shortage of voice out there from bowler, wicket-keeper and the slip fieldsman. Just a question of whether or not he got outside off stump. Well, it's hit him on the inside of the front pad. It's not as though it's hit him on the outside, so that certainly could have been very close. It's given out by umpire Hare, and it's now 8 for 373. Goff goes for naught. Thinking of the injustice of the world that he had 28 shouts himself and couldn't get one. Well, there's another one for Glenn McGrath. Not too sure what Ramprakash will make of all this. There he is, the only batsman left. Alan Mullally has come out, and before we've had time to identify him, he's on his way back. At any rate, he's the one who just played that shot, and it was eminently forgettable.
The next ball, Alan Mullally, first ball, a short one. And Mark Ramprakash wasn't too happy with Robert Croft, and I don't think he'll be very happy with Alan Mullally. First ball, it's on 68. One thing's for sure, that's Glenn McGrath's on a hat-trick.
Last man comes out now for England, Angus Fraser. Now McGrath 5 for 85 at the moment and on a hat-trick. Middlesex teammates, Fraser and Ramprakash. 69 for Ramprakash, but it's Fraser who has strike to Glenn McGrath. Fraser's on 1. That's out. Angus Fraser is gone. And Mark Ramprakash remains unbeaten on 69. McGrath has 6 wickets. A very good performance from Glenn McGrath today. He came out, there was none of the extreme things he went through yesterday. He was very calm and focused and very purposeful today and bowled really well. This is the final wicket.
Yes, just catching the shoulder of the bat. Angus Fraser tried to get the hands and bat out the way. Simple catch to Mark Waugh. And 6 wickets to Glenn McGrath. He deserved them. Bowled absolutely sensational this morning. And the Australian team clapping him off.
Well, the Australian reply with Michael Slater taking strike. It's the second over, 1 run on the board. Dominic Cork is the bowler. And your commentators Bill Laurie and Ian Botham.
It's gone for it. Good result, a little bit risky, walking over cover. That's the way Michael Slater plays. Darren Goff with a big job here for England, the main striker. And that's a good shot. That's a glorious shot, so Slater's intentions are clear.
The most attractive opening bats in the world game, Michael Slater. Great entertainment. It's there to hit.
4 more. It's a glorious shot.
There's the attempted in-swinger to Michael Slater. Drifting into his pads. And away it goes. If they keep on this rate, Bill, I think it'll be spot on. I think England might be batting by the start of tomorrow's play.
There's 4 more, just over Gully. There's 4 more. Goff is going to be tested here, Darren Goff, to get it right. It's Mark Taylor on strike. Mark Taylor got him! It's gone for a duck, a rare duck. I think it's his first ever duck in Test cricket in Australia for Mark Taylor, and Cork has done the damage with an in-swinger.
Taylor, I think, squeezed this to bat pad and rolling back onto the stumps. That's what England needed after that start. Taylor goes for naught. It's 24.
Justin Langer, number 3. It's 1 for 20, all scored by Michael Slater. That was a wicket England badly needed because Slater was tearing them apart. That's a great start. That looks like it could be 4 down the hill. Very positive cover drive. In the air and 4 more. Beautifully played hook shot. Well, Michael Slater giving this good crowd a wonderful exhibition.
I wonder if he was expecting this. England made a big ploy of moving the offside bouncer. And he seemed to have all the time in the world to play that.
More runs, 2 or 3. Not going a fraction straighter as he should. Just lifting on the leg stump. One for 39, Australia. Their way to a flying start in the second innings. They lead by 110 on the first. Slater cracks away again. Too short, and that's 4.
That's an excellent shot from Justin Langer. Slater has set the pattern at the other end, and Langer is joining in. Excellent shot. Down on one knee, square driving, beautiful.
To be Alan Mullally, 1 for 60. Slater is 46, and Justin Langer 14. Just out of reach of, well, he didn't actually reach for it, but it's gone out to the deep mid-wicket boundary. And it's taken Michael Slater to 50 and taken Australia to an interesting position. A perfectly logical thing for them to do, to start looking for victory with a lead of 110. And Slater is the agent who is trying to produce that.
Oh, good shot, beautifully played. Well, that's as good a cover drive as he's played all match.
I'd pay my money to see this. He is in lovely touch.
And that last boundary has just brought up the 50 partnership between these two. It's going to be the off-spin of Croft. Well played. It's again good placement. Quite a stacked offside field. To get it through the gap there is very good placement. That one's beautifully cut away, running away down to third man. Probably just get cut off. Oh, and that's gone through. Short delivery outside off stump. And really deserved to get flashed away there, but the truth of the matter is it should also have been fielded.
70 to Michael Slater, all scored in this middle session of the 4th day. Justin Langer is on 19. That lead for Australia now 200, so 300 is well and truly on. Long on and dropped. Alan Mullally at mid-on looked as though he might have just got a hand on that one. Four runs there to Justin Langer.
Going to be the off-spinner Croft. Croft needs to get wickets here. Ooh, short leg, cops that. It's a nasty one. Well bowled, he gets it away. Amazingly fine sweep shot. We'll wait for the umpire's signals off the bat as well. That's well played.
Yes, well, that's the 100 partnership between these two. It's been a very useful partnership. Darren Gough is going to be given a go. He's going to be bowling from the Vulture Street end.
It's a good shot by Wanger. That's 4. The ball coming onto the bat, it makes a difference. 3 out of pace. And he moves to 48, Justin Langer, and Darren Gough really needs to lift his game here.
Now Slater is 85, Langer 49. Langer now is 50. Nice half century. He's played well, not with the same flamboyant stroke play as Slater, but still very good. He's got his half century from 187 balls. Slater is 85 to 128, and a splendid partnership. Just get ready in the stands. That, I want to tell you, is a very big hit. Not just your ordinary little over the rope 6. That is a massive blow. He's on 99 now. Justin Langer has had some gloves brought out to him. So a single for Slater for his 100. Gough the bowler. There it is. That is a brilliant 100. From 178 balls in the first test of the series. And that's a very good shot. That ball was unexpected. Probably meant to be a Yorker. Over pitched, came at him as a full toss. 1 for 162. And Angus Fraser now coming on. That's a cracker. It was a bit of a loosener, but Justin Langer jumped at it. Really gave it a tremendous thump. Oh, beauty. 2 balls short of a length, and he's dealt with one by smashing through the covers. The next one, a vicious pull shot. Angus Fraser, the man being moved at backward point. What happens when you're being absolutely pummeled out there. That was actually a poor piece of fielding. There's no blame on the ground there. The fieldsman didn't get down to it, didn't get his body behind it. Well, that was a useful hit, and I'm much heartened by this, because it seems to me that this precise type of batting wouldn't be happening unless there were serious intentions of closing this evening. Got him. Angus Fraser has caught the ball of Michael Slater, forcing on the back foot. Success for Fraser, 2 for 182 now. The lead pushing up towards 300. Quite rightly, he will get a big ovation here. That has been a splendid innings, wonderful entertainment for the people who paid their money at the gate, and great stuff for the television audience. Mark Waugh replaces Michael Slater. Slater out for 113, caught and bowled by Angus Fraser.
Mark Waugh straight away, bowling on his pads, loves it on his legs, Mark Waugh. It was just a sensational knock from Michael Slater, really set Australia up here.
Langer and Waugh, the men guiding Australia. He's gone for this down the ground. Alan Mullally has made good ground to his right and takes a safe catch.
I would have to say that Robert Croft deserved that wicket. Alan Mullally doing his part, not quite getting out of the middle, just a little, probably a little low on the bat. But Alan Mullally takes that quite comfortably. Good innings though from Justin Langer. Not happy with himself getting out. He's done a pretty good job for his side. He's gone for 74. Caught Mullally, bowled Croft. It's 3 for 199.
Steve Waugh, the new man at the crease, comes out to join his brother Mark. Lovely and fine. Mark Waugh just waited for that, spun back in, and just the most delicate touch.
No slip, no joy.
Stewart's got all the way to the fence, and what's more, he's going to whip it in himself. Not a bad throw either.
Waugh has decided the best method is get out of your crease and try and get to it before it lands in the rough patch. Very well run. Very attacking cricket.
Yes, and as it was not fielded by Stewart, Mark Waugh was looking for the fifth.
There he is, he's declared at 3 for 237. That's a pretty fair declaration. 2 overs tonight, around about 8 at England. So the opening batsman, Michael Atherton and Mark Butcher, got to face the music again. It's a terrible feeling. You've got everything to lose and nothing to gain in 5 or 6 over spell.
Well, that is a very good declaration from Mark Taylor. 3 for 237. It's in, well, quite a good state, still very firm. Looked as though there might be some turn there, say for Stuart MacGill and perhaps for Mark Waugh, but basically it was still a good batting track. We're going to join it now in the second over of the day. 2 runs have been added. Michael Atherton is taking strike and Glenn McGrath is the bowler. In the commentary box, Bill Laurie and Ian Chappell.
Good shot. Fleming the chaser. 4 runs. He's a very good puller. Michael Atherton, he normally hits the ball to the ground too. That was well played.
That's an indication of his mental state. He played a very good pull shot last night from the bowling of Glenn McGrath.
It's gone again. This time it's finer. Fleming won't get it. Oh, that's superb hook shot that time. Well played. All of a sudden the run rate lifts a bit. Long way to go, but it's a positive start.
Once again, prepared to play the shot, despite the fact that the fieldsman had been moved in there to a short leg gully.
It's the requirement for England. It's a big ask on the last day, but the beauty of cricket's been done before. Damien Fleming. Shot, well fielded. Justin Langer, short leg, or short mid wicket actually. That was a firm stroke.
Yes, he's normally positioned in the bat pad position, Justin Langer, but today he's rarely been in there.
Shot, beautifully driven. That's 4. The first positive straight drive from the left-hander this morning, but it was a beauty.
Yes, he's pretty good at picking the line and the length around off stump. Just a couple of swing and misses early in that first over from Fleming, but that's how he played in the first innings, Mark Butcher. And the thing to like about that shot is he just gives it the full face of the bat.
Atherton, head down, been stuck on 28 for a while. McGrath getting his line right, just about off stump. Gone for it. It could be out. Fleming's under it. You get this? Yes, he does. McGrath gets him again. That's a breakthrough they needed. 1 for 46.
On that occasion, Glenn McGrath didn't so much go for the height, but he went for a bit of width. Made Atherton drag it from well outside the off stump. That's why it's caught the top edge. Damien Fleming, good pair of hands, camped under it early. That's good judgment and took it very comfortably. So Glenn McGrath continues his hold on the former England captain. England 1 for 46.
Nasser Hussain, the number 3, coming to the crease. The Gabba, once again a bouncer, claims a wicket.
What a beauty. That is a cracking stroke. He is a good player. Square of the wicket on either side. That was a lovely shot. Morning, Shane.
Good morning, Richie. Good morning, everyone. And that's a nice way to open up your account and bring up the 50 runs for England. Nasser Hussain looks like he means business with that first pull shot. Glenn McGrath digs it in, and Nasser Hussain looks like he was ready and waiting for that one. Hits that in front of square leg.
294 to win, and a change in the bowling. Michael Kaspovic is coming on at the Vulture Street end. Just short of Damien Fleming. I'm not too sure that he picked it up as quickly as he might have wished.
Just got on the toe of the bat, Mark Butcher. His weight was leaning back. It looked like it was going to carry to mid-off, but just landed short of Damien Fleming. He was walking with a bowler. Mark Butcher had an anxious look on his face.
That's a good shot. 14 stroke off the back foot through cover is not all that easy to play. And I think we'll need an action replay, not to see if that went for, which it didn't, but to see how he did it. He somehow got it back. It looked as though it came back underneath his body. That's clever. Super shot. That'll take some catching. That's very good. Slater again.
The turbo is on again from Slater. Ball getting very close to the rope, and that's well fielded. The ball flicked back.
So the moment has arrived. You see McGill bowl some leg spinners. One, I think, probably off the pad, but it went very quickly down to the boundary. No, there was some bat on that one, so 4 runs. Actually nicely played. It went away nice and fine. There's no leg slip, so pretty safe. That one just a little too short and played away nicely by Butcher, not quite off the middle of the bat, but it's gone down to the fence before. Fleming trying to get across to that one, but couldn't quite make it. That one short, just a little bit too short, and Hussain managing to get it away over the top of the short mid-wicket fieldsman. Just 2.
Yeah, he got a little high on the bat. It's there to be dispatched. Just drags it down. Right near the splice.
Already seen a bit of leg spin from Stuart McGill. It looks now as if Mark Taylor's decided to introduce spin at the other end as well.
Mark Waugh gets some bounce here. He's gone for it. It's a big hit. No ball called, and it's a 6. No ball. He picked it up early and he used his feet superbly. It's good batting.
It was. Almost premeditated. Wasn't as though it was a genuine half volley. I just had the feeling Nasser Hussain was on his way down before it was bowled.
Oh! I don't know there's any bat there, but it certainly spun out the rough. It's 1 for 89. Nice loop.
It's not often you see a ball pitch even into the rough stuff, which is what that one did, and go past bat. Go past bat and keeper. It went to Taylor's left hand. It wasn't a chance to touch the outside edge, but it was beautifully bowled. Just turned the bat so that he really there with the inside edge facing the ball more than anything.
It's gone again. This time he's gone the opposite. This is a better stroke. That's a big 6. Superbly struck. 7 off the over, 1 for 96. McGill. Oops. At the pad and the charge. My heart was in my mouth then, I can assure you. He really went after him. He was short of it out of the rough. That's very dicey. It's given him. LBW. Ball spinning. He wasn't far forward. That's a big breakthrough by McGill. Umpire here had a good look at that. Did he play a shot? Not sure.
Umpire here is one who went a bar of this back pad. Yep, that's what did it. With the earlier one that was also pretty close, it struck Butcher on the front pad, and the umpires are always alert to whether or not it gets through. It didn't touch the front pad, went straight through and hit the back one. There's only a short distance to go there and onto the stumps. 2 for 96.
Stewart with almost 6,000 runs, a very good average of 41. Oops, in the air. Strange shot from Hussain, just trying to sweep it away. Yeah.
Another no ball goal by Mark Waugh. 2 to Stewart.
Got him! Yes, well bowled and well caught. Australia on fire at 3 for 103. Good captaincy by Mark Toe. Very sharp catch. Stewart fails again. England in strife just before the luncheon break on the final day. Pretty straightforward dismissal that. Soft one would say. Just pushing a bit harder. Good catch though when you're close in. And good bowling by Mark Waugh. Skipper's gone for 3. It's 3 for 103. Graham Thorpe with a career average of 40, but he averages 52 against Australia, and he need to play well here today.
Glenn McGrath. Well, that's a good start. Likes the ball coming onto him, Nasser Hussain.
Yes, lovely shot. Just leans on that one through the covers. He certainly likes it when it's up there. You won't get too many from Glenn McGrath in that area.
Oh, he's missed the full toss. Gee whiz, England have failed to put a lot of full tosses away in this match.
Yes, well, that must have drifted in because from behind it looked very adjacent. Yes, it's just on a drift in there, just down the leg side. I think that's where he's got the benefit of the doubt.
Chase for McGrath.
Yes, Glenn McGrath's got one of the best arms in the side. Very strong.
That's good placement on this occasion. He cut off in the outfield. But it was a lot better placed. So many of the Englishmen have been hitting that short delivery straight to the fielder in the deep. England fighting to save this first Ashes Test match at the Gabba. And it's going to be Mark Waugh now replacing Glenn McGrath. Once again, he's been let off fairly lightly. Full tosses almost worth bowling 1 and over the way England played them. Dropped. Michael Slater at mid-wicket.
Yes, he should have caught that, no doubt about that. Short delivery again. He pulled it away very firmly. He hit it all right, but really, he should have caught it. He'd be upset with himself, Slater. Yes, he was. Anyhow, you can see him snatch at that ball. Well, that one certainly just clipped the edge of the rough and then really turned and bounced. Just watch the dust here fly. Lovely seam Oh, that was so close to the edge of the bat too.
The Thorpe plays pretty well on the onside. Gets well back into his stumps and gives himself a lot of room to manoeuvre the ball.
Got him! That's the one they wanted. Straight the short leg off the meat of the bat. And Mark Waugh strikes again.
Quite amazing, isn't it? Really a nothing delivery. Turned away. Fine catch. But, I don't know. You know the guy's there. Why are you playing it? Seems so strange to me. Mark Waugh, though, got rid of Alex Stewart, and he's got rid of Graham Thorpe. He's gone for 9. It's 4 for 133.
Number 6, Mark Ramprakash, 69 not out in the first innings, will be tested here. And Graham Thorpe, I think the best of the England batsmen against spin, was after a pretty soft dismissal there. And Mark Waugh hits it sharply to Justin Lang. A good catch, but dear oh dear.
Yes, but what was he doing with the ball? Oh, it's there. Justin Langer's there. He knows he's there. He can see him. It's a long hop, and he's just pushed it into his hands. And I have to say that you can't afford to give your wicket away like that.
Well, not when you're averaging 52 against the Australians. They know he's a threat. Got great concentration. It's off the mark. Safely home. A wicket for Mark Waugh, 4 for 134. Oh, that's dicey, very dicey. Umpire Hare had a good look. My, oh my, it may have pitched outside leg stump. Gee, oh gee.
Tell you what, Bill, I think it might just have done too much. It's certainly, I think, pitching outside leg, and I think that might well have just missed the off stump. But not the best way to play it.
Oh, just wide of Mark Waugh, just tapped it away. He'll go for 4, but boy, wasn't far from Mark Waugh if he'd catch anything.
He catches flies, doesn't he? He really is an amazing fielder. Let's see how far away this is. Oh, actually, he could be at fault there. He's stood up a little bit, maybe anticipating the shot.
Such a natural athlete. As a return catch, he'll snaffle it as well. Should get 2. The last of the recognised batsmen at the crease. Almost around his legs. Dear, oh dear. The pressure's mounting here at the Gabba. Some of it's been applied by themselves, by the way.
Well, you just got to make sure you kick that. Doesn't matter how you do it. You stand square and just let it hit you, but that is not going to be too far away.
Two off the over, 4 for 143. Well forward.
No, you're not going to get those. It's a wrong one, but he's a long way forward, and you'd be guessing as to where this is going to end up. Long way down that track.
Well fielded to cover. Maiden over. 4 for 146. Mark Taylor making another change at the members' end. It's going to be Glenn McGrath. 6 for 85 in the first innings. So far he hasn't got 10 wickets in a test match. Nicely played into the gap. Quite dark at the Gabba now. Those crowds over the scoreboard coming up against the breeze. This is Hussain on 47, the batsman on strike, going for his second 50 of the match. Oh, it's got in the wrong one. He didn't pick it. Can you believe that? Looking for the 3 for his 50, cut against the spin and paid the penalty.
I'm a little surprised that Stuart MacGill hasn't bowled more wrong ones, because Nasser Hussain, I think, has a problem picking him. I think this is pretty obvious here. Nowhere near it. Didn't work it out. Chopped it onto his stumps. Stuart MacGill. Good piece of bowling. Shane Warne got him plenty of times in '97. Stuart MacGill's got him here at the Gabba.
So drinks break. England struggling now at 5 for 148.
So Dominic Cork is the new batsman, and he was out for naught in the first innings, so he's on a pair. Oh, and he's beaten the outside edge of it straight away. Well, this is going to be a real tester for the England tail now. The question is, can they do any better than they did in the first innings? This is that last delivery, just beating the shoulder of the bat. That was beautifully bowled. 4 balls to go in this over. Cork has just arrived at the crease. He's got a bit of an edge on that one, I think, so that'll be a relief for him. It's running away down towards the fine leg boundary, and he'll settle for 2. So that brings up the 150. Short delivery and hit away nicely. That was nicely timed, actually. It's much better. Very short delivery, and it deserved to be hit high over the infield. It was. So that's much better. Cork has moved on to 6.
There's some deterioration in the light out there if the storm is coming, but need to keep in mind all the time the way the law to do with the light is written, that there needs to be some chance of physical danger to the batsman.
Oh.
It's 5 for 155.
Clouds are such that the light has deteriorated a bit, and that would be risky. Crowd thought that was a chance, but I think you'll find it was off the pad. The pad went behind the bat. Oh, he's hit that one in front of square, and that'll go down to the fence for 4. Yes, the wind is actually swinging around now. Squally here, and that's an indication that the rain is about to arrive. Apparently it takes a little bit of time. A few of the experts here, I reckon you've got to keep an eye on the flags, and once you see the wind arrive, then get ready for it.
That's pretty well bowled.
Yes, I think that was another very well bowled googly, and it didn't look as if he picked it at all, just going down the leg side.
Oh, beautiful. Beautifully bowled. He is having a great time. For a young spin bowler who's playing in only his 5th test match, that is a wonderful dismissal. He drew the batsman down, spun it past the outside edge, and Healy completed a very good stumping, but it was beautifully bowled.
Yes, he's got him foxed, hasn't he? That's the leg spinner. He's already beaten him with the googly, and off go those bails. He's stranded way down the pitch, and it was. The over's been a good one. The googly, which he didn't pick, followed by a really good leg spinner. Ramprakash out for 14, 6 for 161. Robert Croft is the new batsman. He fought away. He was one of the, well, he was the only tail ender to fight away in the first innings. He actually put up a bit of resistance.
This is so well bowled. It's drift from off to leg. He's beaten in the fight. The ball has dropped on him just as he's about to play his stroke. And it was very well done. Full marks to MacGill. He's bowled well today. Had 10 taken off his first over. And that's close to the ideal delivery. The boundary there for Dominic Cork. One of the reasons MacGill is bowling so well today, I think, is tied up in the way he's approaching his job. It's not easy for a young spin bowler. Everyone expects him to do well. Everyone's talking about, is he going to do a Warnie? And that puts a lot of pressure on him. I'm impressed by the way he's been approaching his job.
The umpires have decided that the light is not good enough to continue at 6 for 179. Cork on 21, Croft on 4. Eric Stewart, the light with that decision. It is dull, and it's a very tough decision for the umpires.
They never came back. Play was abandoned, and this is the reason it was abandoned. It was fierce stuff, I can tell you. The storm that swept through Brisbane, concentrating itself on Woolloongabba and on the cricket ground. And lightning was arcing in the stands here. It was quite sensational, but not very pleasant. And the rain, it just threw it down. The ground was covered with water at one stage. It was just like the middle of the night. And they never got back on. They were hoping at one stage they would be able to.